At my 21st birthday dinner, my aunt asked, "What did you decide to do with the $3 million?" "What $3 million?" I asked. We were all sitting around our dining room table eating Mom's lasagna. "The settlement money," Aunt Christy continued, looking confused. "From the hospital accident when you were a baby, you were supposed to get all of it when you turned 21. My mind went completely blank. I had no idea what she was talking about. Mom and Dad started glaring at Aunt Christy like they were telling her to remain quiet. "Aunt Christy, I think you're confused," I said, trying to laugh it off. It may be a tell. "I don't have any money." "Well, me. I were to telling it. You never told her about selling?" Aunt Christy asked my parents, starting to look pissed. Mom stood up fast and started clearing plates, even though we weren't done eating. "Christy, stop right now," she hissed. "This is none of your business." Dad stood up too. "Christy, you need to leave now." But Aunt Christy wasn't backing down. "When you were 1 year old," she said, turning to me, "the hospital gave you the wrong medication. Your heart stopped. Your kidneys failed. You were in a coma for a week." "Sir, shut up," Mom screamed. Dad tried to geld Aunt Christy's arm, but she pulled away. "Kita fails, you know." She shouted back. I saw Dad's water glass shaking at his hand before it spilled all over his pants. "After you recover," Aunt Christy continued quickly, "your parents sued the hospital. They won $3 million. The money was put in a trust fund for you. Your parents were supposed to manage it until you turned 21. Until today. I started thinking about my life. I have been working since I was 16, sharing a crappy apartment with 3 roommates so I could one day afford college tuition. My parents never helped with bills. They always claimed that they were struggling." "Wait," I said, my brain finally catching up to what was happening. "That they were $3 million with my name on it. Where are they? Why have they been living like this? Why did he tell me we came up to a college tab and look at me?" Mom kept washing us and plate over and over, scrubbing it so hard I thought it might break. "Mom, Dad," my voice was getting louder now. "Where's my money? We were going to tell you," Mom finally said. She was crying now. "Tell me what?" I stood up and my legs felt weak. "That you had $3 million for me this whole time while I was working double shifts at Target? It wasn't just your money," Dad suddenly shouted. "We raised you. We paid for your food, your clothes, your childhood. We deserved," said it. "Deserved?" I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "We invested it," Mom said quickly, "for your future. We technically didn't spend it." "Invested?" It quickly laughed, but was it half a sound? "Tell him the truth, dear. Tell him about Vegas. Tell him about the cruises. Tell him about the gambling. Those were business opportunities," Dad yelled. "We were building wealth for the family." Everything clicked in my head at once. All those weekend trips my parents took, they called them business trips, but Dad worked at a hardware store and Mom was a receptionist. I trusted them, but what business trips could they possibly have? "Did you spend my money gambling?" I suddenly felt sick at the implication. "The money from when I almost died as a baby? Did you spend it on casinos? What are you trying to money ground?" Dad said. "We felt like attending up to 10 million, 20 million for almost. How much is left?" I asked. Nobody answered. "How much is left?" "It doesn't matter," Mom said. "We're your parents. We know what's best for you. Tell me how much." "About 30,000, Dad finally whispered. I did the math in my head. $3 million minus 30,000. They spent $2,970,000 of my money. You could have just left it alone," I said, my voice breaking. "I could have lived securely. I could have gone to college. I could have had futures, but you chose slot machines over your own child." Mom sobbed harder. I couldn't make it putter. "You watched Miss Sugar like a single day," I said. Tears burned my eyes. "You watched me come home exhausted. You watched me count quarters for gas. You watched me wear shoes held together with duct tape. And you were spending my millions on slot machines?" The dining room felt like it was spinning. "We're still your parents," Mom tried. "No," I said. "Parents protect their children. My parents wouldn't have stolen from me." Aunt Christy stood next to me. "I've already called my lawyer," she told my parents. "We're going to court. You're going to explain where every penny went, and you're going to pay it back." Dad's face would pale. "We can't pay back $3 million. Then you'll sell this house," Christy said. "You'll sell your cores. You'll sell everything you bought with his money. We're calling the police. The family ever said what they had done. Then you lost their saying over $1 million never there."